Okay, ready?
Your 10 already knows me, right?
I think so. Okay.
It's Alanna. Hi.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's ItsMaegansLife, and today I have Alanna. Welcome and welcome back. Welcome to all my new subscribers, all 6 of y'all. I see y'all. Thank you for pushing the button. Woo! So you did not have to.
We love y'all.
Period. Okay, so we're starving. Today we're filming like a truth and drink / a mukbang / chill with us, all of that. And for the drinks, we have the Alanna special. This is the Alanna cocktail.
All right, so we got some 1800 tequila. And then some strawberry
So disrespectful.
lemonade. Oh.
we have 2 napkins. Sorry, recipe.
Tequila and juice.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers. Yay. Oh.
She's strong.
Uh-huh. She's strong. And then for food, you already know, we have
does out here.
We've got, that's all y'all gonna get. I'm sorry, but it's crab legs and sausage and shrimp, and you know what? I'm being stupid. I'm gonna hold on. Today's catch of the day, we went fishing. This is what we caught.
In the Hudson River. Got a dead body. You're gonna find a finger in there,
bro. That thing I got a story to tell. Okay, no judgment zone. But yeah, and so that's shrimp, mussels, and sausage, corns and potatoes, and then we got like a free order of fried calamari, and this is where we ordered from. We have 1 more napkin left.
The first question: what's the worst date you've ever had?
The worst date I've ever had.
Dip it in the sauce.
I don't know. I think I was like, I know. So, you know how like you and your friends, like you and I can have certain jokes, but somebody else from the outside say the same joke. I'm just like, are you high or are you stupid?
Mm-hmm.
So I had a friend in high school. He was like, everybody's always trying to set me up on dates. And so out of high school, he had just come back from the army. He wanted me to hang out with his roommate. He was like, my roommate's single. Talked this guy up. Went there. It was a blind date. Went there, looked at the man. I was like, this is not my type. I don't know what you were thinking. And this is a Caucasian man, and decided to make a racial joke. I promise you, I hand to God.
No way.
And I was just like, get me out of here. Let's go.
No, we're fighting.
Girl, I was like, because I was like in their house, and then like the minute he said that, like I just felt like, you know, tight chest, and I was like, I gotta go. I'm sorry. So I took the 5:35 bus back home. If you're from Minnesota, you know 5:35. Took it right back home, and that was it.
Yeah,
that was my worst day.
Can I ask what the joke was?
It was weird. It was like, he said, my friend asked him for a cup of water. He was like, what am I, a slave? And then he looked at me. He was like, I promise you.
That's a bad date.
Uh-huh.
That's a bad date.
Uh-huh. And it was over. It was a wrap.com.
So I've done some dating in my day.
In my day.
I've dipped and done it. Let me think which is the worst one, because there's definitely multiples. This one guy, it was off of Tinder. He was like, that's what you decided to wear? So automatically, me being me, I'm like, I hate you at that point.
Right.
Like, you're like, what?
Oh no.
So then, later on, he's just making, little comments.
You stayed after that comment?
That wasn't the first thing he said, in my defense.
Okay.
It was I was already in the car. We was already figuring out where we were gonna go.
Oh.
So I kind of like let it go.
Mm-hmm.
But definitely like, I hate you in my head. Like,
right.
What the hell? And then, so later on, we got caught in the rain together. And I did those like crimped waves.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I looked good. I was feeling myself. And he was a firefighter, so he was like smelling my hair. And he's like, I'm very sensitive to fire. That my hair smelled burnt. He said, please, the next time wear my hair natural when I'm out with him, because he's sensitive to fire.
There's no next time, sir. If you're watching this video, was there a next time? There was not a next time.
There was none. He got blocked immediately.
How you gonna sniff somebody's hair?
Yeah.
Disgusting.
But out of all the dates I've went on, I have to say they haven't been that bad. Like,
same. That was like, I had to think about that one because it was so long ago. I usually I'm very particular. If I'm going on a date with somebody, we've been talking, like, however we met, Bumble, Hinge, whatever, we've been talking for like a long time, like a couple of weeks. You're not getting my phone number. If you don't want to wait for my message on Bumble because there's no notifications, you're not the one, because you don't have any patience. Like, that's that's how I think about it.
Yeah. You know what? Like, what is like a perfect date for you?
I don't know. I feel like for someone that I just met, I'm not a hard person to please.
Right.
My date has to involve food.
Right.
And it has to give us an opportunity for us to talk. Don't take me on movies. Don't take me to the movies on the first date, because I can't talk to you because I'm trying to watch the movie.
So I fall asleep in the movie theater.
See, and that's the thing. It's just like, no, it's like a cop out. Like, I feel like we're grown, and
look me in the eye, mother.
Right. Tell me some things. We can talk over dinner. I want to see what your etiquette is like.
Right.
Let's go to a museum. Can you appreciate art? I'm not a big, I'm not super artsy, but at least have some level of culture to you, or at least a willingness to learn.
Right.
I don't know. I'm big on however we can meet and have an intellectual conversation. That's the biggest thing I look for. I'm such a sapiosexual. If you can't teach me something new, let me learn.
Yeah.
Nah. I find it so unattractive if this is a first date and when we go out to eat and you're a picky eater, we're done.
Yeah.
Food is my love language. My favorite hobby is eating. Y'all know this. So no. I remember this guy, super successful. He's married now, and he was Nigerian. No shade, no tea. I know I love y'all. But he was like, oh, I can't do all of this food. I like my traditional food. Oh, and he had trouble ordering. And then he was just like, oh, I just want the one with the most meat. You're disgusting. You're a caveman. At least, if you don't know it, at least be open-minded. I don't know. I said I was simple, but that sounded like a lot.
You want to get to know them and you want to eat.
Yeah.
That's simple.
Honestly, if you don't stimulate me mentally, you could look like Tyson Beckford and I would want to vomit when I see you.
Right.
Like, that's just it. That's just that. Like, you've lost your mind.
I've dated some attractive men that turned me off.
Yeah.
It's like, looks do not cut it for me anymore.
Especially the way how they treat the waiter. It says everything.
It says a lot, for sure.
Do you even leave a good tip?
Say that.
Because if you are a waitress and you mess up my order, I still tip. I might tip you 10%, but I'm still gonna tip you.
Right.
But if we had a lovely experience and you can't even, okay, I used to be really judgmental of like you couldn't do the tip mentally, but I'm past that. I let that go. That's the old Megan. But you're gonna leave the person just $1 and the meal for the both of us. Y'all know I eat a lot. When I go out on dates, I have no shame in my game. I'm gonna order anything I want because I have the mentality that I'm paying for myself. But you're just gonna leave them $1 on like almost $100 tab.
No.
Because when we going out to eat, you're not taking me to Applebee's.
No.
I will take myself to Applebee's. I love Applebee's. The 2 for $20, their rib basket with the fries, yes. But you're not gonna take me to Applebee's on the first date because you're gonna ask me, oh, where do you want to go? And I know exactly where I want to go. I don't know places out here, but in Minnesota, I know exactly where I want to go. I don't care.
Yeah. I think for me, definitely like you said, in a scenario where we can communicate, get to know each other, vibe. That's definitely important. And it has to be well thought out. It can't just be like you Googled it while we was in the car where we're going.
Yo. Failure to plan is planning to fail.
Exactly.
Yo, I be reading too deep into things. It's just like, oh, you picked me up and you don't know where we're going?
Like, what? Like, I feel like that's okay if we're already months in a relationship and like,
right.
And like it was like a last minute thing. But it's like the first time you're meeting me, you're showing me you really have no intention.
Right. And I think I have this mentality, minus the fact that I respect and love myself. I have been treated well in the dating world by like men that had like they were intentional and they knew what they wanted in the beginning of the relationship. You know, at the rest of the time, you know, that's when that's a different situation. But like all of my first dates with people that I've actually dated were like A1 on point.
Because what they did the first date.
Yeah, but also I think it's because it's like I set a standard. Like I'm not a girl that does not know what she wants. I know what I want with everything. Right. Even if you're like, oh, you're having a bad day, I'm like, I'm having a bad day because of A, B, and C. Like I know what I want. I may not always want to vocalize it, but I know what I want and I know where I'm going.
Right.
Can you take me there? Are you coming along? You know what else I can't do? Somebody that expects me to be a ride or die in stupid situations. Like, God forbid, right? You're into some nefarious activity. You expect me to be a ride or die. I'm not
going to jail for you.
You know why? Because I would never put you in a situation for you to go to jail for me. I would never, not even 1,000 years. God forbid something happens. I'm taking all of that on my shoulders.
No, that's not, you don't love me if you're doing that.
No, what? You want me to go to jail? Me?
No.
Look at these nails. Look at what I'm eating on a Saturday afternoon.
No.
Is this jail food? We're not in Sweden where jail food is actually good food. Where they treat you like humans. What?
No.
You're bugging. No.
Not happening.
Ever. No.
All right. The next question was, what's your worst habit?
Overthinking.
Yeah.
I overthink everything. Like, if someone's speaking and speaking to me, I'm overthinking of like, what am I gonna say next? How should I word it? What word should I use? I overthink everything. I've always been like that. Like, and that's why I feel so solid when I make a decision, because I've thought of option A, B, C, D, E, and I prepared for options A, B, C, D, E.
Right.
That's my worst habit, because it just it's like it's a joy thief, because I can't really fully enjoy things until like I know exactly the outcomes of everything.
I hear you.
That's why I be butthurt when I do things
And they don't go your way.
Yeah, because I'm like, I thought about this. I didn't. It's not like, oh, the
Where's
sun
the
is shining.
potato?
There's a potato over there.
Where my potatoes at? I'm enjoying this.
This is so good. What's your worst habit?
Hmm.
Do you have one?
What's my worst habit? I know I don't have good habits, but I'm trying to think of my worst one. This is the worst out of all the bad ones.
You may be just perfect. And there's nothing wrong with that.
I'd say sometimes I really don't give a flying F. Like,
Is that a bad thing though?
yeah, because I don't know, there's some things like I wish, like I guess like sometimes I could be lazy, like sometimes, like if I don't care about something, like I really don't care about it.
Yeah. But I think though, knowing you, like you will give your all before you reach that point. And so when you reach that point, you have at least tried. I don't know if I would classify that as like a bad habit.
I don't know. I feel like I'm lazy, or maybe that's just me hard on myself. I'm hard on myself.
She's like beyond critical. I thought I was critical of myself, and I'm just like,
I'm very critical of myself.
I'm like, there's some things she says, and I'm just like, where?
Yeah.
I'd be so confused. Like, where?
Yeah, no. Live in delusion. Literally, I'd be so hard on myself, and it's like I know better, but I still tell these narratives in my head, and like put myself in like a hole, like a mental hole of like.
That's tough. Because I think growing up in like, for me, I grew up in like, I don't know, I'm not gonna put anybody on blast, but like being Liberian, we're very critical as a community. Like, I swear you could like be walking down the street and somebody got something to say, and you could look your fly and somebody got something to say. And they'll say to your face they don't care. Like, they will comment on your weight, your height, your size, your hair, your skin color, your everything, your purse, your everything. So I think growing up in criticism, it's kind of like almost impossible for me not to be critical of myself.
Yeah, because you were always like
nothing was
your
ever
flaws
good
were
enough.
Pointed out, yeah.
Yeah, nothing was good enough. Like, you think you won here, you go the other place, it just was never good enough. And I think that's one of the reasons why I feel like I've always been an overthinker, because it's just like, I don't want them to say anything, so let me really think about this next movie. She had commented, she was like, I never hear your footsteps, and I was like, oh, that I used to practice, because someone said in my life that I walk too hard. So I vividly remember practicing like walking softer, being really careful with the way I like eat and chew, make sure I'm not making any sounds. Like I practice like being a shadow. Yeah. I used to practice that all the time. Like, so I get that.
I need more alcohol.
For real, say that, because I thought it was gonna hit, but I think we're eating too much for it to hit.
I need more. What's something illegal that you've done and regret?
Nothing.
You don't regret nothing?
Well, mostly I don't do. That makes me sound like I do criminal shit all the time, and I don't regret it. No, I just don't do anything like crazy, so I don't regret it.
Yeah.
I mean, driving without a license is illegal, and I did, but I drove to the grocery store. You know what I mean? Like, it's shit like that. Like, it's nothing crazy. So, That you regret? No.
I never went to jail, so I can't.
Right.
Like, I got away with all the things I did.
Right.
I got away with it. I don't regret it.
Yo, you know what? I don't regret this, but like it could have taken a turn for the worst. I don't know if I should say this because my mama watching and she's gonna be like, what? So when we no, I'm not gonna say it.
Don't say it.
I'm sorry, I'm not gonna say it, y'all. No,
I know the story though, right?
No one talked about last week or this week. Yeah.
Don't say it.
I don't regret it, but
you're gonna regret saying it right now. You're gonna implicate yourself.
I will bet $100 my mom's gonna call me and ask me like, what did you do? That you can say what's done in the dark is gonna come to light.
I robbed the bank, mama.
I did. I got away with it too. That's why I can afford to eat seafood. I'm just kidding. FBI agents, if you're watching, I would never.
Weirdest dream. Oh, we could both answer that.
For real.
A lot of crazy dreams. I'm thinking of one in particular.
Yo, I can just say the one I had last night because I woke up like.
What happened?
It's a lot.
Graphic.
Yeah. Well, I was having. And when I say this, you're gonna die. In the dream, I was spending adult time with a coworker that we both know. Not only that, and then I found out later that I was infected with HIV from said person. The way I woke up praying this morning, I swear on my life.
Oh my God. No way. Okay, but
I know.
Ew.
I'm trying not to throw up because I'm eating. Yeah. Swear on my life. And I was like, dang, what does this dream mean? And then I got to the point, because, you know, I woke up like kind of early.
Sorry, I'm listening.
No, I woke up kind of early. And so I woke up, I was trying to figure out what it means. So I was like, whichever meaning, I don't want to know. And I started rebuking and praying. I was just like, I cannot.
Yeah.
Because I would never.
And what you gonna do? You gonna text him like, oh, I had this dream.
Yeah, what? No, sir.
Have you ever had a dream about me?
No.
No?
Have you had a dream about me? Yeah. No, I've never.
And you have a lot of dreams.
I do, but I've never had a dream with like people that I'm around. Like I've never had a dream about my mother, about my sister. I had one dream about my father my entire life.
Really?
Yeah, I don't dream about people that I know. Everyone in my dream is somebody that I do not know. Like it'll be like once in the blue moon I'll have like a dream with like somebody that I know, like actually. There's always strangers. Yeah, like people that I'm not super close with.
Yeah.
Or, you know, or sometimes, you know, before I go to bed, I'll pray about something, and then I feel like because that was on my mind, it'll like manifest in the dream, but the people I'm praying about is not there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
How about you? What's your weird dream?
First of all, I need more alcohol.
Yeah, we're going to take a pause for the cause and refill our cups.
Yeah, let's get more alcohol. Look at this. I need more.
Right.
To tell y'all this dream. So we'll be back. I don't want to touch your phone with my nasty finger.
Girl, me too. I'm trying to like...
We need napkins because all the tequila she poured me. Give me a lot of juice because you put a lot. Okay. Thank you.
You are welcome.
All right. Shall I tell you my...
This video is sponsored by Simply Lemonade. I'm just, I'm manifesting. Thank you. But if y'all want to send me a check right now, I'm going to take it. All right.
So, My craziest dream, literally, I was like in sleep paralysis in my dream. But I felt like I was awake.
Mm-hmm.
And my room started like roaches, like big roaches. Like I told you about it.
Mm-hmm.
And it was coming out of my mouth. And like it was like rising up the walls. And I was like engulfed in it and like I couldn't move. And
I remember you telling me.
And I woke up. And like I felt like it was so real. That's my like weirdest dream. Like still I'm like kind of traumatized.
I don't think I've had a dream that weird ever. This is why I have a huge phobia of snakes, and that's why I can't see it. I can't even see like an animated snake. Because every time,
Really?
I can't do it. Not in a book, no nothing.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Halloween at work, I was just terrified. I'm like, I don't want to see it. Like, I don't want to see anything like that. Because I will close my eyes and all I'll see is like a snake jumping out at me.
Oh.
And so I can't do it. Like, Jungle Book, oh, Jesus. You can keep it, Mowgli. I don't want it.
She's strong.
And she's strong. She like heavyweight champion.
She thick.
Would you want to raise a child the way you were raised?
By my parents or like where I was raised?
Everything together.
Like if someone had my exact same childhood. No.
Same.
For me, I grew up in Washington Heights. That's uptown Manhattan. My dad wasn't really ever in the picture. Typical Caribbean man. Yeah. And then, struggles financially. But when you say childhood, is it like... Because I feel like I used to be such a happy child. It wasn't until I reached like high school where I realized all the shit I was going through, and I was like, oh shit. But before that, I can't even lie to you, like I just remember being like loved.
And see, that's where I struggle too with. I think I had some pretty amazing parents. I say had because my dad's dead, my mom's still alive, so I don't know how to like quantify them together. I think even the parts that they weren't the best parents in, it was like a life lesson for me of what to not do. So, but there are some things I definitely could live without.
Right.
I could have lived without.
Like what?
Like, I felt like I had to prove everything. Like, with my dad, I had to prove how smart I was academically. It was like a test after test after test. And my mom, I had to prove, I don't know.
Yourself.
Yeah, I feel like I had to just prove myself. It's like, I feel like my mom, which is not completely her fault because I just shut down emotionally from a lot of people. And because she doesn't know who I am fully, and it's because I never fully let her in, or I just stopped letting her in. She doesn't know who I am, so she would say something that would gut me deep because it's not me at all. But then it's like she's responsible as well as I'm responsible. Same thing with my father. I think because my father and I both suffered from depression. And mental health was just not something my mom understands. Culturally, it's just not something like we understand.
Right.
And so it wasn't, she just
didn't want to understand.
Yeah, because it's like
everyone feels it.
Right. And I would say it, I'll be like, I just got diagnosed with depression, and it'll be, you know, like if you're Liberian and you're watching this, you can understand where I'm coming from. It's not like she was just like a mean person. It's just not something that she could fully wrap her head around. And I'm a person that I struggle with forgiveness. Like, I struggle. Like, even with myself, if I do something, bro, I don't want to look at myself in the mirror at all. Like, so it's like when she would do something to hurt me, I would just shut down. And then another thing, I would shut down because I wasn't verbalizing it. I shut down from her. I shut down from my sister. At a point, I shut down from my dad.
Yeah.
Because with my dad, nobody I dated was good enough. And I'm just like, well, I like him and you're not here, so bye. You know, like it was stuff like that. But also I have vivid memories of where I would be surrounded by people and I would be so sad. And I would just be like off in the corner by myself. And my dad could recognize that. And I'm forever grateful for him because he's the one that taught me like alone time. We would go up on the roof, which is why I'm addicted to rooftops. We'd go up on the roof. Our roof was flat. And he and I would sit there in silence. We didn't need to talk. We didn't need to do anything. My mother is not like that.
Yeah.
So I spent most of my life with my mother. Backstory, I grew up with both parents in the same household. When we moved here to the States, we just came with my mom. My dad stayed back. So I was with both parents up until the age of like almost 12. And then forever with my mom until now. My dad died when I was 24. So it was like a weird thing. But I lost that at like a pivotal age, and so me adjusting to my very like extroverted mother, and a rebellious sister, and I'm just sitting there like no one's hearing me, no one's seeing me. So that aspect I wish I had, because my mother is an amazing mother. All her nieces are just like, they love her. And I love my mother as well. It's just like, you know, and I love my father as well, because I'm not painting him like a saint, because he was not. It's just like I just got to the point where I realized my parents are humans, and humans make mistakes. They were also feeling emotions, and they were also, you know, like on the grind and on the hustle. So they made their decisions the best way they knew how.
Right.
I was never put in harm's way. I never struggled. I never wanted anything, like in terms of like financially, physically, I was always protected, but emotionally was where I lacked. And in my emotional health is the weakest part of my aspect as a human. So that's where I'm just like, would I want to give my child the whole world and just leave them hanging emotionally? Because that's something nobody can see. So I don't know. I want to raise my child with the strength I saw my mom embody. I want to raise my child with the mental capacity that my mother embodies as well, but my father was like to the forefront. Like I always say my father was a genius. He just, hygiene school, bro. When I wouldn't pay attention, I was on Snapchat, I just emailed my dad. So they said this, he was like, this is one method, this is the second method, this is the third method, pick one that works for you. And this man, he stopped practicing before I was born. So he just remembered all that. So he was so smart. Even in chemistry, he'd be sending me stuff, and I'm just like, how you know this? And I'm like, oh, I'm supposed to learn it for a lifetime? Oh, but I'm never gonna use it. So I'm trying to get my A and go. But you know, I don't know. I don't think my parents are bad people. I just think every generation is better than the last, and I just feel like we have more exposure and we have more conversations, and it's okay to have this kind of conversation with your parent now,
right? As
opposed to back then where it's just like, oh, you're so ungrateful, I provide for you financially, when providing for a child financially is not all that they need.
Right.
Money is great, it's fantastic. Let me tell you, in Liberia, when we were it was so sweet, it was juicy, life was juicy. But then when you go through the struggle, and it didn't make sense why my mom would have us like do all the housework and learn how to cook when they hired people to do that for us. But when we lost everything, I was like, oh, I get it. You have foresight. So things like that I appreciate. But the emotional part, miss me.
Yeah.
Miss me.
I think something that I've learned that has affected me greatly, it's the fact that my father wasn't around and I never had anyone protect me. I look for that in men. And I think that's why, like, I've always dated older men. Like, I want to feel safe. I want to feel secure. I want to feel, like, protected.
Right.
I want someone that if I am not feeling well, to, like, are you okay?
Yeah.
Are you okay? This, or you know, someone that, what to you? What? Like, I never had that. I never had someone, like, a man, a male figure, like, look out for me. So I think, oh, they just got on your shirt.
It's okay. I'm not an adult. Everyone knows I spilled.
So I think, like, not having that in my life has affected me, like, greatly. Like, my relationships with men, I think he's a huge part as to why it's just, it was a hot mess. Like, a hot mess. Like, the people I would pick, you know, the things I would endure or I think is okay.
Right.
You know?
Ooh.
Heavy
on that.
You know, because if you don't have, like, an idea of what a man should be like, you kind of just go with the flow and accept what it is. And then later on, you're like, what? How did I...
Yeah, it'd be like, what happened? Right.
Yeah.
No, I get it. I think for me, like I said, I stopped being around my father physically when I was about 12. We eventually, you know, got to a point where we were communicating more often, mostly on emails. And then with the rise of technology, with, like, video chatting, you know, I think I probably video chatted with him maybe 3 times because it's Liberia. We're recovering from war. Internet is not at the top of the list. And I struggle with that too because I was raised by a very strong woman. So I would have, most of my friends are males because I'm more in tune with my masculine side than my feminine side. Like, I'm such an alpha person where I don't ask for help. I don't even ask my mother for help. Anything, I'll do it. I'll do it by myself because that's what my mom do it by herself. Like, I have such a strong work ethic because my mom has a strong work ethic. Right. My mom, when we came here, my mom was true blue single mother. Not no boyfriend in sight, not no man, not no sugar daddy, not no side piece, nothing. And so if she did it, I could do it. Like, that was just my mentality. Right. I refuse to let my mother's efforts go in vain. Right. And so I will bust my behind any day of the week. Like, when I make my decisions about my life, I don't consider myself, I consider my family. Like, I feel like something I struggle with is, like, I feel like a failure because I'm almost 30. When I was younger, my goal was to retire my mother when I was 30. Retire both of them. Like, you never have to work. I'm building you a house. You know, in Liberia, things are a little bit different, right? Like, you in Liberia, if you're smart enough, you just go to the next class. In America, it's harder to do that. Yeah. Like, going to college is not a thing. If you have the money, you go to college. Here, it's like red tape after red tape after red tape. And I feel like I'm at a point where I give myself a little bit of a setback because it's like, it's a little setback for a setup. But now it's, Do
you feel like that's why you feel like, as of recently, like, you know, going towards your 30th birthday, it's like a pressure, like,
yeah,
of the sort.
For sure. I feel pressure not from anything external, it's completely internal.
From yourself, yeah.
Yeah, because I just feel like anybody could tell me I'm proud of you, it wouldn't mean crap to me because I'm not proud of me. But if I'm proud of me and you tell me you're not proud of me, bro, who cares? Yeah. Who cares? My opinion of myself is the one I take that, you know, God's opinion too. But, like, my opinion of myself is, like, that's top notch. I genuinely do not care about what any Joe Schmo have to say about me. I don't. Not even family members. Like, I genuinely, that's why when you say, like, oh, I sometimes don't care about things, I'm like, is that a bad thing? Because I don't be caring. My opinion of myself is the only one that matters. I have mastered the art of being selfish, not in a bad way, but I'm not going to help you to the detriment of myself. Yeah. I'm not going to live my life to the detriment of myself. And that's a lesson I learned way too late in life, I feel like. Like, I was like, 25, 26 when I started living for myself. That's crazy.
And I still feel like you don't. You don't.
I think I talk the talk, but I don't necessarily walk the walk. But one day it'll happen. But not today.
Not today. Yeah. I mean, the love was there in my childhood. I know I was loved. I know I'm loved by my mother.
Mm-hmm.
I know my father loved me in his own way. But my heart is for my grandma. Like, I feel like she like just did the damn thing for me.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I think that's such a blessing because that's not something I ever had. Like, all my grandparents were dead before I even knew the full meaning of like a full grandparent. And so it was just like, I don't know. I think because I also shut down emotionally, things I knew I would never get. Like, I'm never going to get a grandparent back, you know? And so it wasn't anything that I would like, I stopped myself from wanting it. And I think that's why, like, when it comes to finances, things I knew I could not afford, I stopped myself from wanting it. You would be shocked to find anything designer in my room. At a certain point, I wanted it. I wanted everything. But then I did the math, and 1 + 1 was not equaling 5. It was still 2. So we just shut that down.
Right.
And have I lived a lower quality of life because of it? No. I think having that level of self-discipline where you literally stop your emotional wants only for materialistic things. The only thing I allow myself to like go balls to the walls for is food. But I'm also addicted to food, but that's a different conversation.
That's a different conversation.
Right. But
Yeah. I'd give them the love. I'd change the circumstances.
True.
I'd want a home. I'd want a man, a father. And I think like understanding, because like for me, because I was always so quiet, nothing was really ever explained. Nothing was ever really spoken to. Like, I always just looked like I had it together. Because I didn't say anything.
Right.
So then after a while, you're like, let's say like my first period, I was just like, what the hell is this?
Oh.
Like no one like really spoke to me or like explained things to me. It was just like hugs and kisses.
Right.
Or, you know, like shower me with love, but not with like answers or like knowledge of things. So I kind of had to figure things out. I would do that. I would like teach them.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Ciao. Everyone who knows my mom knows that she is very like open, and she says it as it is. And the conversation of like sexual health was nothing that was shied about, that she was shy about. It was told to me multiple times. I remember one time, but I think that this was our third conversation, and I'm still under the age of 10, and she had the whole neighborhood in our living room. And she was like I have vivid memories because we had just gotten the living room painted, and I could still smell like just a little bit of remnants of the paint, but it wasn't like super super strong or anything.
Yeah.
But we had half the neighborhood in the living room, and I was upstairs cleaning up, and I remember I came downstairs for a sponge, and she was like, "Megan, come in here, child." And I feel like that's why like the topic of sex is not something I shy away from, because it's not something my mother shied away from. Yeah. I feel like
What did that conversation look like?
Oh, girl, everything. How a man, like things men say when they want to have sex, like things men say when they're in the WAP.
I love you.
Like, I love you, I want to be with you. She I don't know if I should say this, but she like simulated like a mini orgasm, like her not with like Like from the male's perspective.
Let me see.
I
Let me
can't
see. Let me see. Do it.
I can't. But she was, because the whole thing was because yeah, because that was because she was saying like the only way you can get pregnant is unless a man like ejaculates in you. Is not because culturally they would teach little girls like, oh, if a man holds your hand, you're gonna get pregnant. If he kisses you, you're gonna get pregnant. So she was like, none of that stuff is real. The only way you'll get pregnant is through actual sexual intercourse. And she was like, he's gonna ejaculate when he, licks the face and does the body shaking thing.
That is so funny.
Yeah, I vividly remember that, and that's why like all my male friends like, oh my gosh, you're so open, you're so cool, and it's like I had to like think, I was like, did I not have the normal childhood? Was that abnormal in other people's houses? My mom was not shy. My mom would teach us. She taught us about periods, how to be a woman, how to dress, very stereotypical things of you have to know how to cook and clean. But also she was like, make sure you get your money, never take money from a man if you don't want to be with him, because they will use that and throw that back in your face.
Yeah.
Like she taught me how to be so independent. It was crazy.
Yeah.
And you know what's funny? Now that I'm independent, she's like, you're too independent. I'm like, I'm sorry, did I miss the memo? Did I skip a lesson?
I'm very much enjoying this, and the sun is setting.
I know.
This is like golden hour.
Bro, we're like glistening right now.
Yeah.
Period. But yeah, okay, another question.
On a lighter note.
What's your favorite thing about a partner?
If they're obsessed with me. I really...
Yo, me too.
Yeah. Like, I don't want someone who's playing hard to get. No. Chase me. Love me.
Chase me, because I'm going to let you know, like, we're both straight up. We're going to be like, yes, I like you. No, I don't like you. But I'm also not willing to shoot my shot. That's why I'm single. I know exactly the person I want. I know where he is. I know where he lives. He knows where I live. I just would not shoot my shot. But if you ever shoot your shot, we're walking down the aisle. So I hope you're ready. That's it.
It's getting frozen, everything.
Yeah. Like the butter is like solidifying. We're still gonna eat it though. Okay, obsessed with you. What's another one?
Yeah, I need my man to like the chocolate complexion.
Oof.
The melanin, like the beard.
Yes.
The muscles.
Yes.
I'm a very like I'm an artist, so I like to see nice things. Like I like to like the body for me is important.
I'm gonna clarify, because previously I said I'm a sapiosexual, which I am, but when I see you on Instagram, I don't see your brain. Okay, you know what I see? Body yaddy yaddy. You know what I like? Body yaddy yaddy. Like muscles, a nice sense of style that I like. Everyone has their own personal style. I mean, I just have to be attracted to what you're wearing. Taller than me in heels, or at least the same height, so that requires you to be 6 foot tall. Because I can look at you eyeball to eyeball when I'm in heels, but I'm not going to be in heels around you all the time. So it's a nice, it's a nice even Steven thing.
Right.
Yeah, for sure, smart. You don't have to be like a genius level. I'm nerdy enough for the both of us, okay? But teach me something, let me teach you something.
Right.
Be willing to learn, be open-minded. Faith is really important to me, so it'd be like clutch if you like, you know what I mean? Like I just need that. I need your faith to be solidified.
Does your boo is he related?
I don't know. I
Is that
know.
a deal breaker for you, though?
With everyone else but him, yes. I
Do you feel
know.
so you would teach him?
I feel like he dibble dabbles. I feel like I'm more. The journey life has taken me on has caused me to have nothing but faith in certain situations. Because this life I live has been crazy. But with him, knowing the background we come from, it's very recently that faith was as important to me. I had previously no problems having an interfaith relationship, because at the end of the day I look at the heart. But there's the way that I pray, and the way that I praise and worship, and the way that I rely on that so much. You have
that
to
from the other person.
Yeah, you if not, you have to be at least comfortable with it. Like one of my best friends, not the one you met, but the other one. Because I always tell him, like, I'm gonna go do my devotion. He was like, let me watch. It's not something that he's into, but the fact that he sat there and he just like was willing to learn.
Yeah.
Like, no cap, my friends, the way they treat me, they're setting standards for like the men in my life. I feel like I'm friends with like really good like husband material, like not boyfriend material, husband material men. And because of the ethics that they have in themselves and in life, I'm just like,
that's what I want.
That's what I want. You know how girls would be like, oh, he's like, I wish I had a guy like you. That's legitimately so. Like, teach me things. Like, my friends are talking about stock markets and like finances and stuff like that. And me being on like the healthcare side, I'm teaching them. I'm like, buy this toothbrush, use this mouthwash. It's an exchange of like intellectual information.
Right.
So my man gotta have that, which he already does because he's really smart. Yo. But
delusion. Hey, my man.
He's not my man. I'm still a single Pringle, okay? But he can take me up the market, boo.
You can have your rest.
I'm ready.
I'm tapping out.
Right?
The chills.
My fingers are getting cold.
Do you feel like it's a wrap?
It's a wrap.
This was fun.
This is so much fun. Oh my gosh, look at the sun. It's giving us glow. It's giving us undertones are showing. It's giving us golden highlights. It's giving us blessed by our ancestors. It's giving us just like, whoo-hoo. That's the vibe. Woo-hoo. Anyways, thank y'all for watching this this vlog video mukbang.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate you.
Oh,
I love you very much.
I love you very much.
I love you, Mama Megan.
Oh.
What's her name?
Miss Sony.
Miss Sony. I love you, Miss Sony. Because I know you're going to be watching.
She is. She's going to call me about this. We're going to have a talk. It's okay. She knows I love you. I don't say it, but Mama, I love you. I'm about to cry. Okay, I'm about to end this vlog. Because it's not something that I say. I mean it. I don't say it. So when I say it, I feel emotional. And I like being emotional. So, bye.
Bye.
I can't.